Welcome, and we're back with Otto. Here we go, this time with an expansion pack. So I got 3 of these, and I'll make one video per expansion pack, so we can really focus on it and like do a deep dive. So this is number 1. It's called Emote. This box might be subject to change, by the way, because it's like a preliminary kit that I got. And it says it contains an OLED display, an LED matrix, and an MP3 player. Woohoo! MP3, finally. Been waiting for this one. So there's not much in here because I already disassembled everything. This is the LED matrix. We're gonna keep this in for now. I'll show you why in a second. The interesting thing is that there are actually plastic pieces associated with that as well. So you can see here's the OLED, MP3, and MP3 comes, by the way, with an SD card reader, of course, and an SD card. So that was actually kind of nice. Nice surprise. So this is a link to the build manual. And what you can do is play sounds, show graphics here, and show the eyes. Now, here's the thing. The reason I didn't install the LED matrix is because I want to start with the OLED. And as you can see, both are not possible. So I actually have the related plastic pieces as well. And the cool thing is, so this is Otto. Let's just get this out of the way. So this is Otto, but you can see it's the version where we have the light ring and the, here, the light ring. Let me take this out and try to remember where I took it out. And we have the ultrasonic sensor. Taking this out as well and removing it from here. Okay, you can keep these separate because the cool thing is the plastic pieces are different. So let me get them real quick. Now here we have our OLED screen with cable and everything. And all we have to do is just stick it in here. So kind of same principle as when you attach the other screen. Now the problem is I have trouble remembering, of course, where this goes. I might be wrong. I'll fix this later. If it's wrong, then I apologize, and I will. It's definitely one of the big ones, and the other way around. There's not too many options here. 3, in fact. And I think it was here. This one was on the left, I think, so it should probably be here. Like I said, don't take my word for it. If it's wrong, I'll let you know later. Now the bummer is, of course, that you cannot have the cool LED ring at the top and the MP3 player at the same time. Is this right? This looks wrong. I think it doesn't matter, actually. Wait a second, there was a picture. I remember, okay, the big, yeah, it's correct actually. Yeah, so you can't, like you cannot have all the parts at the same time, or Otto's gonna look rather weird. Yeah, so that's the only thing that bums me out a little, because for sure the MP3 is gonna be super interesting, and so will the microphone be, and I'm really curious. Like I have an idea of how I want to build Otto to try out some cool stuff, and let's see if we can get that to work. Okay, now here's our revamped Otto, now with OLED screen, no more ultrasonic sensor, but an MP3 player, and no more LED ring. So let's get this little guy connected and let's see what he can do. I mean, first of all, maybe just if we switch him off the bat, let's see if he does something. Play as a song. I think it's actually possible to play a song here. 1 second. If I connected stuff correctly, let me see. I think this is. Oh yeah. It's really loud, surprisingly. Okay, switching it off. It just plays, like it cycles through whatever's on the SD card. If you know, next, so actually I'm not sure why this says plus and minus. It doesn't seem to be for the volume, but rather for cycling through the songs. So maybe plus and minus is a bit misleading. I would really like to adjust the volume, but I think you can do it via code. So it seems like you cannot do this here physically, but rather you need to do this via code. All right, then let's get him connected and let's see what we can do with him. All right, welcome. Now that we've seen the individual parts, I just want you to see them in action as well. So let's get started with this jumbled mess here, and let me explain what's going on. So this is the MP3 player, right? It has a SD card there, and this is where you put your songs. So I just have an adapter, put them in my Mac, and then I just put the songs on, no problem. There's a speaker, and it's connected to port 2. Generally, you can select the ports more or less freely. You just need to, like if you use the word editor, you just need to make sure that you select the right port where you actually put the stuff in. So, but other than that, it's not a problem. All right. Here we have the combination of proximity sensor and LED matrix. I'll show you that real quick on the back. This is the LED matrix. This is the proximity sensor. You will see that this one is not connected right now because what I want to show you is the proximity sensor together with the OLED screen. This is why these two are connected. You may wonder how this works, and I can tell you, out of the box it is not possible to use the proximity sensor together with the OLED screen. So you would have to do some kind of custom 3D printing business for that purpose and try kind of modify how it works, because you can either fit in this one like that and then you put the lid on top, or you can fit in this guy here and then put a lid on top. You cannot combine proximity sensor and OLED screen, unfortunately. But I mean, it is what it is. You would have to print like a part to make that work, which I mean, like just from the dimensions, it could be doable, right? Because there's technically enough space, but you would have to do this yourself. I don't think it's available in that form as a ready-made part. So we have OLED connected, we have the proximity sensor connected, and we have the MP3 connected. I will tuck this in here a little, just to kind of show you, hopefully, what this looks like when you see it in action. Okay, so the code is actually pretty straightforward. Basically, what we're doing is we are having a loop. And in that loop, we're checking the distance constantly, and then we react to the distance. So if the distance is less than 10, we do something. If the distance is less or equal than 20, 220, and then there's an else branch as well. I will bring up the monitor to show you what this looks like, what the actual distance is that was measured. And now let's connect. Oh wait, I'll just switch the little guy on. So let's switch on Otto. Let's do this again. This always works nicely, by the way, so connecting to Otto, I never had a problem with that. It works really well. All right. This is new. I'm not sure what that is. Let's see. Here are the functions on the side. We use them for the OLED screen. So there's two variations of the code. One uses the LED matrix that I have disabled right now because we're not using it. And the other one is the OLED screen. And I just, wait a second, let me check. So the order might seem a bit weird, but this is a bug, by the way, that it still shows 3.3. It was supposedly fixed, but somehow I still have them like this, so I suppose they'll push it soon to production. And let's get going. So you can see the distance changing on the screen. If I go back, okay, you can also like see the face change. And we have like, let's just check this. I had a problem, by the way, with the MP3. I'm still not 100% sure what's causing it. I reformatted the disc and everything. So I have 3 tracks on the MP3 player, on the SD card. And they're named 001, 002, 003. But somehow they don't play what they should play. So let's start with when it's really close. So that would be like here. Wait a second. So it should play track 3, which says hi there, if I'm not mistaken. But it somehow doesn't play that track. It's not clear why. So when I go back a bit and I increase the distance, it starts saying a little closer, which is correct. And the face is sorry, the face is also correct, so the astonished face. And when I move further away, right, quite, yeah. Now it plays track 2, which it shouldn't. Yeah, so as I move closer and more far away, the OLED screen changes and the audio that's being played changes as well. You can make this really quite loud actually. I put the audio to 50%, so it's just playing at half the volume. You can play songs, there's like various, wait, let me just stop you right there, Otto. Let's look at the MP3 stuff. So you, first of all, you need to define which player you connected to, and then you can also have various, like, let me show you this real quick. So you can like shuffle through, just play next, volume up, volume down. So you have all of these options for the MP3. For the OLED, right here. For the OLED, you actually have a lot of options, so you can choose between those ready-made ones that we have here in the functions, right, where you set the eyes and the mouth, or you can also like write text, or you can set individual pixels and so on, draw circles. So there's a lot of options here. So a lot of cool stuff to do. And now I would like to show you the matrix, not that matrix, the other one. So for this purpose, we disconnect, but we need the cable actually from the OLED. I put this away, and now we connect the LED matrix, or not. Sorry for the horrid sounds. Okay, let's see. It's a bit fiddly, so right, and it goes into this port here. So that's number 3 in this case. And now technically I can at least somewhat, like, I still have some problem here with the way I arranged things, so it doesn't fully go in, but this is my own fault. So usually it would go in completely, but already this is quite good compared to the other version that we had before. So now you can see, and now we do the same game again. Let me just quickly adjust the code accordingly. So we need to now enable the blocks that we previously disabled. All right, so now we should be good. We have it in our LED matrix is in port 3. So let's run the code again. And now you should see something here. Okay, let me see if that worked. Nope, there is an arrow. All right. Let me see. Okay, I think the problem is that I need to also disable the functions. Let's try this one more time. Yeah. Okay. So you can basically see the LED matrix. You have a few options here, like sad, confused, happy, and so on, and then you can choose a color. In this case, there's like the distance is really big, so it's like 27. So we're in the else branch. If I put my hand somewhere here, you can see the LED matrix change. The text set, now actually this to one time where the text is correct, so the MP3 that's being played. And let me just real quickly disable the audio. And now if I go really close, there should be a heart. So I don't know if you can, let me try to, okay, this is kind of difficult. I don't know if you can see the heart because I have to hold my hand here. Oh wait, let me try something else. So you can see the heart now. And we'll play the MP3 accordingly. Right. And that's essentially it. As for the LED matrix, there's also a few things here you can do. So you can even, wait a second, you can even like set the matrix yourself, which is kind of cool. So let's give this a try real quick, and let's pick a color for it. Oh yeah, nice, there's a shortcut. Okay, you can switch them all on, you can switch them all off. So I obviously wanna write something. Let me see how do I do that best. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, whatever, it's not ideal. I wanted to write something, but well, you get the idea. And let's just choose a color. Let's say, I don't know what, green. And let's just insert it here. And we disable this block here. All right, then we publish the code again. And now we just need to go to the middle. You can see here, this is what I did. So it's actually really easy to like write or whatever, display something else. So the LED matrix is really simple this way. Yeah, there you go. So generally, I still need to troubleshoot that MP3 issue. I seem to currently be the only one with that problem, and this is not exactly clear what's causing it. There's several ways to investigate this apparently, so putting some logging of some sort here, or just using the Arduino IDE could also help figure things out there. But generally it works fairly well. The only thing that I have, like, okay, this is the emote package. When you're in the editor here, you can choose your package basically. So this one is emote, and the tricky thing is that it fulfills its purpose in terms of, let me switch this off here, in terms of emoting, right? So you have LEDs, you have the OLED, you have MP3, so that's all cool. That's like information output, right? Which is awesome. However, at the same time, we also have the situation that you cannot provide input, really. So when you look at the things that are connected here, none of these can really provide input. So there are other, one correction, of course, the distance here is an input of sorts. And we do have like the sense expansion that provides some inputs, and the interact one. But generally speaking, you will most likely have to custom print the stuff in order to accommodate the components that you might want there. But I will look at this in like a different kind of context. For now, you know exactly what you get, right? You get, when you buy the emote package, you get an LED matrix, you get the OLED screen and an MP3 player, and that works pretty well. I just need to figure out the MP3 problem, but this might actually not be a general issue. I expect it is not, because like I said, I seem to be the only one thus far who ran into it. It could also be SD card related, some kind of formatting, I'm not sure. But for now, yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the little excursion to the emote package, and I will see you with the next expansion pack for Otto.